Yo, what's going on YouTube? Smarkles be back with another video, and today I'm going to talk about my personal experience on putting down the za. The za. Everybody know what the za is, it's that good shit, it's that weed, you feel me? But, when you, like everything else, you got to use it in moderation, or else you become consumed in it and it starts taking over your life before you even know. Before you can realize it's taking over, it's taking over. And that's what happened to me, honestly. I got to a point where everything I was doing, I needed to smoke before it, after it, during it. I was just smoking a lot. And honestly, I'm not going to sit here and say I regret even like starting smoking, but I regret letting it get to the point to where it got to. Now, in today's video, I'm going to talk to y'all about my personal experience on being sober. I've been sober for over a month now, and I just want to highlight some of the differences I've noticed in my day to day life, and let's get right into it. So there's a couple things I'm gonna talk about. Mainly, like there's like three things I'll tell you about. Three main things I've noticed, three changes. But the first change is my mind. Now my mind has been so much clearer. Things have been so much clearer in my head, and I really didn't notice it at first. I used to, I used to smoke weed and I used to handle my business and I used to lock in on what I had to do and do what I had to do. But I really didn't notice how much it like fogged my mind. Now my mind is so much clearer now and I'm really able to sit here and like talk to y'all without stuttering, talk to y'all without doing any bullshit. And really I'm just able to sit here and talk and just let the words flow out of my mouth. Now I feel like weed kind of really like fucked my head up a little bit. I was paranoid and shit. I wasn't doing everything I had to do when I had to do it. I was just letting it distract me a little bit because I was putting time into smoking and putting time into, smoking. Especially when you smoke by yourself, you tend to smoke longer because, it's one person on it, one person on the spliff. But like, smoking the amount I was smoking a lot. So I was smoking multiple times a day. I was smoking with other people too. So I was just smoking a lot, putting a lot of time into that, and not putting as much time into pursuing what I'm actually passionate about, pursuing my purpose. I was just being distracted, using that shit, using weed as using it as a vice. I was really just using it to just use it. I wasn't using it for anything productive. I could have been recording videos, like hotboxing with the guys or smoking in my crib, hotboxing the room, venting off the spliff. I could have been doing so much more, but I was just using it and to use it. And I wasn't really doing the best I could have with it, and that's one of the main reasons I feel like weed is, it's powerful when you put it in the right person's hands, just like anything else. But it can also be harmful. You know, when you let it get out of control, it can be very harmful. And that's just something I want to highlight because I didn't notice how bad it was until I actually stopped smoking. Like I had to really sit and analyze, like, yo, I was not like I'm doing so much more now. I'm putting my time, using my time so much more wisely now. And everything is just so much clearer now. The visions I had in my future, they're so much clearer now. I know exactly what I want to do, when I want to do it, and I get it done. But the second thing I'm using my time wisely. I'm using my time better. I'm being more productive with my time. I'm not sitting here spending a couple hours a day smoking, spending 3 4 hours a day smoking. Instead, I'm spending that 3 4 hours doing, making content, studying the skills I'm learning, like crypto and stuff like that. And I'm really just like, I feel like I'm becoming a better person at the same time because my judgment's not always cloudy. My time is just so much more valuable now because I'm actually doing stuff that's giving me a better return on my investment. I'm doing stuff that's providing me better results than sitting and smoking and doing nothing afterwards. You know, not saying I was a lazy smoker because I was smoking to get things done, but I wasn't getting things done to the level I am now with a sober mind. And you know, like I said before, your time and your mind, that's like two of the most important things because your mind dictates what you do, and time is a currency you can never get back. It's the only currency you can't get back. You could lose time, but you can't make back lost time. You could lose money, you can make it back. Not the same case with time. So make sure you follow good habits. You won't fall into bad ones like I did with the weed, using it every single day. But yeah, the third thing, is finances. I'm saving a lot more money than I'm not spending on weed. Now, I don't know about anybody outside of New York how much y'all pay for weed, because I don't really pay for weed outside of New York, because I stay in New York. But weed is expensive out here for the good quality shit. It's expensive out here. Like, you looking at, depending on who you go to, who you looking at $40 just for the eighth. It's kind of crazy, but for the good stuff, I mean, some people you get more for less, but if you just buying eighths, you spending, and you want some great weed, you spending upwards of 40, 30, 40. Because at a point, your tolerance becomes high, so you can't really just be smoking the 20s and 25s and be getting high for it. You got to smoke OD, and by that time, you're like, damn, I smoked three split. I smoked damn near the whole eighth, and I only got like what, half a G left. So it's like, you buy better weed, smoke better weed, and you know if it adds up in your pockets, you don't want, you know what I'm saying. At 40, because you smoking multiple times a week. I was a chronic smoker, so I was smoking every single day. So it's like, damn, I'm spending. Let's say I smoke an eighth a day on average. If I'm buying an eighth every single day, that's 40. You feel me? 40 times seven. That's 280. That's the weekly, and I'm like, yo. But I wasn't buying an eighth every day. I was just giving out, just giving out the numbers. But like 280 is crazy. And, I would be buying. I started buying higher amounts. I started buying quarters and stuff like that. Quarters, halves, like, just because I wasn't trying to be sitting here smoking too much and spending too much money on the weed. But at the same time, I've noticed that when I completely put the za down and I completely stopped smoking, I really like, those three things really improved. My mental clarity improved immensely. The way I use my time improved. And honestly, my money, I've been just putting money towards other things. So I've had more money to use towards other things. I'm not spending that money on weed. Like, that money I was spending on weed, now I'm putting into assets that are bringing me more money and giving me a better return on my investment. Like I said earlier, once you're done smoking the weed, that's it. If you didn't use the weed to make any content, if you didn't use it, to make any type of profit off of it, if you're not profiting off of it, once it's gone, it's gone. You can't get that money back. Nobody's buying a bag, an empty bag of weed, and just because it got a character on this, nobody buying that shit. Listen, you know, and like I said before, all that time you spend smoking weed, you're not getting your time back for that. So them hours a day, them 3 4 hours a day, that adds up. That's 21, 20. That's 20, 30 hours a week, basically. You could have been putting towards a skill, and you could have been doing something great, but you just sitting there smoking. And I'm really talking to my past self right now, because what was you doing back then, bro? You could have been smoking still, but you could have been doing way more. You could have smoked less and got more done. You'd be in a better position now. But anyways, that was really just some things I noticed in, the month I've been sober. I've been sober more than a month now, but you know, I'm just saying the month because I haven't gone to 2 months. But completely, like, I like the sober mind. I like being sober. I like the mental clarity I have. I like how I'm using my time now, and I like having more money in my pockets, as anybody should. If you're not already, invest in the skill. Invest in yourself, like I said in one of the last videos. Investing in yourself is very important. I feel like going sober, just try it once so you know how it is. I'm not saying, you got to put the Zod down completely, but go sober, try it out, test it out, see how you feel. If you like how you feel and you want to keep going towards that. If you feel like you can smoke again and you cannot let it get in the way of what you got to do, then go do that. Everybody's different, to each their own. But yeah, I just wanted to give you out my honest thoughts on my sobriety and how being sober has changed my life. And I, if you guys, if anybody goes sober and notices the same differences I've noticed, talk about it in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below. And if you really rock with me for real, I appreciate if you drop hit that subscribe button. But other than that, I don't really got much else to say. Stay sober, kids. Every kid watching the video, don't do drugs. Stay sober. And until next time, I'll see y'all.